Okay guys, welcome back. Here we are jumping into the tank picks between the Horsemen and BTI for today's third place final between these two teams. And I'm pretty excited about this one. Actually, BTI and the Horsemen, both of course very strong players, very strong teams in all of the cups that they've played in so far. So it should be a fantastic match to watch. And in fact, while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at the head-to-head matchup between both of these two teams as we get the tank picks underway. It looks like we have got 4 T54 lightweights on both sides. Make that 5 on the Horsemen's side. They love those T54 lightweights, the Horsemen. They've also gone with one AMX12T and a T32 for the BTI's last picks. They've gone with an RU251, T37 and a T54. So we're going to be jumping right into game. Everyone is ready to roll here on the map of steps for our first two games of this semi-final. Third game. If it goes to that, we will be switching maps to, I do believe, Hillsdorf. So we'll have to wait and see. So we're getting the ready call up. Alrighty, everyone is ready. Let's go ahead and get the countdown happening here. I feel as though both of these teams, very strong lineups, of course. BTI, they're great at defending. Horsemen, they're not afraid to attack, that's for sure. So I'm going to be rolling out with the guys from BTI as they do the work over here. 20 seconds left on the countdown clock, and let's go ahead and run through their lineup once again. So we've got Chibi Decade 101, Harata, Ricky 48, Don Bassett, IBN Canary, Reaper Man 92, and Nexus. Nexus and Chibi Decade the only ones not in T54 lightweights here. And on the other side, the Horsemen, why don't we run through them as well as we get the rollout happening. Let's take a look where they're going. They have Spencer, Nunn, Archon, Meat Bun, Knight of Sidonia, Faluso, and Little Sky. So here we go. Rollout is happening. Horsemen heading out towards the two flags. Some fairly standard defensive positions that we do like to see around this general line here where the cursor is. Over on the other side, though, we can see all of the BTI guys, well, most of the BTI guys pushing up this one line, but they've actually got a couple of kind of interestingly placed players there. So they've got Reaper Man 92 hovering around G3, around a rock near there. They've also got, I'm going to assume that's Nexus, yes, they've also got Nexus LFA just hanging back in defense, just to try and maybe scout out if the Horsemen try and make a push on towards the BTI spawn. Nexus is going to be there and he's going to know about it. So could prove to be valuable information later on. In the meantime, we can see the Horsemen here just mulling around, not really getting into any particularly special positions here. So we're going to be getting a couple of shots across. We haven't seen any base cap pressure exerted yet from BTI. They've still left their tier 6 at base, so it's not going to be happening anytime soon. As I think we've just seen the little destructible bit on that one flag there destroyed by, who was that? That was Meat Bun. And Meat Bun, I'm not too sure how he's got those tracks damaged, but looks like he might have had a bit of a fall, which is certainly not what you're looking for in the T54 lightweight, but not to worry. As right now we're getting Nexus. He's going to be moving up the central area here. Going to have to be fairly careful in that T37. 680 HP, couple of shots, 3 shots or so from, well, almost any tank apart from the AMX12T on the Horseman will be enough to take him out. So really does have to be careful here, as he's going to be again heading towards that one flag. Still not spotted by anyone. So at the moment I feel as though the Horsemen, they are still blind, so they don't actually have any definitive idea of where BTI are. Of course they're probably going to suspect that they're around the rocks right now, but that's all that they can do. They can't go off any hard facts, any real info. And so we've got Reaper Man here looking to make a few shots across in towards the Horseman's liner. Nothing just yet though. Can't seem to spot anything, as it looks like some of the T54 lightweights over for the Horsemen are darting up and down along that ridge line there as well. So they're going to be just playing it safe there. As Reaper Man does a bit of a skid on our screen. IBN Canary in that T54 lightweight, seeing what he can do. Playing it very safe at the moment. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. So really BTI, they're gonna need to think about how they're gonna move in. It's obvious that right now the Horsemen, they're not committing to any pokes. They're waiting for BTI to come to them. So looks like Don Bassett here. His T54 lightweight going to be still just sitting behind this bush. These guys very, very patient at the moment, and sometimes, particularly on steps, you do need to be. So the base cap has been started a little bit there. That's going to be Nexus putting a bit of pressure on the base with his T37. Already some shots landing near him. I'm not sure if the Horsemen have actually spotted him yet, or whether they're just firing kind of blind shots in his general direction. So that base cap is still going to be happening though. And there we go. That's a big hit onto Nexus. I'm not too sure what dealt that, or if that was 2 hits or not, but he's dropped down to 21% HP. One more shot from any of those tier 8s will be enough to take him out right now. Looks like he's just gone down. There we go. Ark101 doing the business. And right now, some more shots exchanged between both of these teams. Let's jump into free cam mode. Take a look at it from an external view. As we've got all of the BTI guys, they have decided to move up right now. They're moving up. They're pushing right through the middle of the map. So this is an interesting push. Don't see this too often. Often we see the push right through the 1 flag, but they're going kind of straight towards the back of the 2 flag cap area right there. And I'm not convinced about that. They've already taken quite a few hits, particularly onto Ricky48, who's been dropped down to 24% hit points. On the other side, though, we've seen that T32 Little Sky has taken a couple of hits, but nothing quite as substantial as BTI. They're pulling the trigger right now. 1 minute 40 seconds left on the scoreboard, left on the round countdown timer. And whatever they're doing, they need to do it right now. So BTI going to be pushing in. Horsemen waiting for them. And the Horsemen, they will have been able to get into the exact positions that they needed to, that they wanted to be getting into right here for this defense to happen. And already some shots put onto Chibi Decade. Not much return there. BTI, it's not looking too good for them. They need to get some shots on right now if they want to make this work. They're trying to maybe bait out the Horsemen's attack, but again, 1 minute left on the scoreboard right there, ticking down 58 seconds. They need to make this happen ASAP. We've got Horsemen right now pushing on in the attack. They pulled the trigger themselves. Knight of Sidonia takes down Chibi Decade. Nunn takes down Don Bassett. The next focus is going to be IBN Canary in his T54 lightweight. Tries to get the ram happening. Does end up going down to Little Sky there. Knight of Sidonia picks up another one. And it is a bloodbath here. Reading all in favour of the Horsemen here on steps as Meat Bun puts the final shell into Reaper Man 92. And Ark101, a bit of friendly fire onto Faluso. Why not? There we go. So, Horsemen, got to be happy about that one. And taking a look now at the battle results. IBN Canary is right up the top for the BTI crew, but not particularly impressive amount of damage, only 862 on the other side, though the Horseman Faluso managed to get 2,500 on the dot before he dropped. None with 1.4k, Ark101 with 1.2 thousand damage as well, so good amounts there. And let's take a look to see whether these teams will be swapping anything out. Looks like they will be. And of course this time it is Horsemen that are going to be on the attacking side, and of course Steps, I'm definitely of the opinion that it is a defensive kind of favoured map. Very well, certainly a lot rarer that we see a lot rarer that we see the attackers win on steps than the defenders, so I have to wait and see some picks coming in there. T54 lightweights. Alrighty, so we've got 4 T54 lightweights there, Reaper Man and Faluso both picking those ones up. We've got a Bulldog and an RU251 for Reaper Man, for the Horsemen there. So yeah, great to see, I like that. Going for the Bulldogs instead of the AMXs, or the T37s on the attack. And to me that says, very early on, that already the Horsemen are thinking about doing a straight up push right out of the gates, potentially. Wouldn't be surprised to see them just barrel directly towards that 2 flags, so we'll have to wait and see. Alrighty, so we've got an LTT. Oh, okay, so they've actually gone for a LTTB as their other tier 7 there. Not too bad, has a pretty nice gun on it, of course. And T54, so fairly standard picks here. LTTB and the Bulldog, only really interesting picks coming out from the Horsemen. BTI right now thinking about their next couple of picks. T54, T37 coming in from them, so about as stock standard as you can get. T54 coming in as the last pick for the Horsemen, and T54 for the last there. So I'll let everyone know that we're ready. And it's one of the fun things about the free cam button in World of Tanks in spectator mode being caps lock and F3. Caps lock key does sometimes seem to get stuck on. So here we go. Alrighty, so ready is called up there by Reaper Man. And we're getting the countdown from Faluso. So let's take a look and see whether the Horsemen can close it out in 2 with a match on the attacking side here on steps, or whether BTI's defense will be enough to hold them out and reach a 3rd map in this best of 3. 20 seconds left on the countdown clock. I'm going to be rolling out with BTI here, seeing where they spread to. And interestingly enough, BTI, yeah, so BTI don't have that T32, which is, I'm not too sure about that.
Time to roll out.
Not too sure. They've got the LTTB and the Bulldog, so they have got a, yeah, those to make up for it. But yeah, I'm not too sure about not taking the T32 on the defensive side. Really not. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. At the moment though, one thing's for sure, they've got a lot of mobility on their side. Right now we've got Faluso and the rest of the Horsemen. They're going to be heading up this kind of 1-2 line up here, up the west of the map, seeing what they can do up there. And looks like at the moment they've got more T54 lightweights than you can shake a stick at on the Horsemen squad side even. So right now both teams just getting into position, and very interesting positioning here from BTI. I mean, you know, maybe they were expecting a push from the bottom, from the Horsemen. Maybe that was why they were all kind of clumped up towards the south of that 2 flag, but obviously that hasn't happened early on, and now BTI effectively know that the Horsemen are over on that 1 flag, so over around that area. So they're going to be rotating back to try and put some pressure there, as Reaper Man 92 in that Bulldog just rolling on the edge of the hill there, seeing if he can get any scouting action happening. Looks like T-37 might have been scouted, not too sure though. As we've got some shots coming across on towards the BTI members. Coming in from the Horsemen. Horsemen right here. Again, it's looking like we're seeing a very similar bit of play to what we saw last battle here. And to be honest, lots of battles on steps where it is just the attackers and the defenders having a bit of a tit for tat here. Going, you know, trying to out-trade each other essentially from both of these kind of fairly defensive positions. And normally, it always comes down to the attacker being forced into a kind of late push, which may or may not work. Well, look at that. There we go. Faluso actually taking a couple of shots from that Bulldog there. Reaperman 92 making those hurt. So Faluso dropped down to 77% HP right there. 957 hit points out of 1250. So he's going to be hurting, trying to get a few shots back. But it doesn't look like Reaperman is going to be sticking around there for long. Ducks right back behind the hill as we're getting even more shots placed. Little Sky here with this T54 lightweight, 1250 HP. Still looking pretty good. Could be poking up over those railway lines. Might have seen Nexus in that LTTB, but doesn't have enough time to get a shot from the looks of things. As the base cap has been started, that's going to be Spencer getting himself right on the edge of the cap there. And seeing what he can do. Looks like yeah, just about looks like some of BTI might be able to see him from their little edge around there. Maybe not. I'll have to wait and see though, as the base cap is now on 26 at the moment. So BTI are going to have to poke their head out and try and get the reset on towards that T-37. It's actually in a fairly good spot as well. We can see here Nexus is actually forced to push up to get the base cap reset. And that's going to put him in the firing line of that T-54 lightweight on the hill there. Well, maybe if whoever that is decides to fire. Let's actually flick over towards whoever that was. Where are we? There we go. That's going to be Nunn. So Nunn going to be able to get some shots across. Hits Don Bassett once. Drops him down to 83%. Right now, the Horsemen have only got 3 minutes left, and it looks like BTI are actually pushing in at the moment. So they're going to be trying their luck here. Reaperman does manage to take down Spencer's T-37. So both of those tier 6 tanks are down for either side. Right now we're seeing Nexus in a little bit of trouble, and oh no, he's in a lot of trouble right there. Does repair that ammo, but he is in even more trouble as his tracks are gone as well. Look at that, 24 HP remaining. Goes down finally to Don Bassett. So that's going to be one more member of BTI going down. In the meantime, though, they've managed to take down 2 T-54 lightweights from the Horsemen's lineup, so it's looking good for them. The Horsemen need to claim back that last kill. There we go. IBN Canary takes a driver hit. 15% HP is remaining. Finally goes down there. So that's going to almost even up the score, but in the meantime, the Horsemen have lost another T-54 lightweight. They need to put these kills on the board right here. Don Bassett dropped down to 40% HP. You can see right there, might be retreating at the moment. The rest of the Horsemen squad, though, do seem to be fairly healthy. Only 1 minute and 40 seconds left. I like what BTI are doing right here. They're playing for time. So they've said, okay, well, if we can just draw it out for another 1 minute and 30 seconds, then we should be able to take this one out. That's exactly what they're going to be trying there. Hirata, though, actually taking a lot of hits. They're getting very, very low right there, and it's looking like all of those T-54s are going to be chasing fairly soon, so this could be a risky move from BTI. There we go, some shots coming in. One goes down. Suddenly, the score is evened up. Hirata on 27%. We've got that other T-54 lightweight there chasing him. None. There we go, takes him out, and suddenly the Horsemen are looking good. They need to find and kill the last 2 remaining tanks of BTI within the next minute. They have 60 seconds to do it. Are they going to be able to? Let's take a look. Chibi Deco there running away. Are they actually going to try the cap in 50 seconds? I think that could have been a mistake there. I'm not. Oh, actually, maybe not. Okay. Oh, this is tense. So they've got 3 members on the cap. So they will be able to cap it up in 35 seconds. It should be, yeah, definitely capable within then. Ricky, he's going to need to get the perfect reset. And the issue for him, of course, is that there's 3 tanks sitting on the cap right now. So with 20 seconds left on the clock, if he actually gets the reset here, this could be doable. 14 seconds. He needs to get it within the next 5 seconds or so. He's going to miss the first shot though. Ricky goes down. There we go. The base is captured. The team is eliminated. And that is going to be Horsemen taking out the 3rd place final. There we go. What an intense way to end the final with under 10 seconds left on the scoreboard there. And fantastic play, of course, to those Horsemen who, as we can see, 2k damage, 2k damage, 1.4k damage. Impressive, impressive play overall. So that means that they're going to be taking home 3rd place and the points that come with it. For now, though, guys, we're going to be jumping off to another short break before the grand final. Don't go anywhere. After this, the best of 5 match between Super Noobs and B Gaming coming up.